God is moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Hello, and welcome to Young People Nation.
All right.
Yes, we are here again, and we're live.
Oh, okay.
This is new for the Perrys, but we're about newness, and we thank God for our supporters. We thank God for Get Up Production and David and his team, and Raquel Gardner and Rocket Premier, and we're just grateful for the community that's helped us to get here. Mm-hmm. Well, today we have Nicole and Jamiya Atkinson, mother and daughter. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here.
Oh, yes. And let's talk about y'all a little bit. Now, Nicole, you wear many hats.
So many.
Yes, yes. But you are a professional counselor. You are a counselor at Copeland Elementary. You're a woman of God. We're going to go there.
Right,
I've
exactly.
heard you pray, girl. You get down. You and God is real close.
Yes, best friends.
And
She's got God on speed there.
yes, and we're all under the leadership of Pastors Richard and Janice Peoples of Faith
Yes.
Outreach Church, right?
Yes.
And so Jamiya, an aspiring actress, and this young lady is very intentional about her career in acting. She's a student at Davidson. Boys are on pause right now, right, Jamiya? Yes, okay.
Way to go, Dan.
And so this young lady is headed for college next year, and so she is getting it. And I love how you all have them working and involved in the community. But thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to talk about, in session one, the professional counselor and her young adult daughter. I said, we're going to be talking about a child. She's a young adult. Because how old are you, Jamiya?
17.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So Nicole and Jamiya, how do you shut off the professional counselor when it comes to talking with Jamiya? And your other children, because she's a mother of 4
Right.
guys. Don't she
Four of
look
them.
amazing? Don't look like she had nothing. But
Right. Listen, we work hard. We're intentional about everything.
yes.
So how do I shut off? Like, if you ask my children, they'll probably say, oh, she never shuts off. She always counselor mode. But I would like to think that I try to shut it off just by giving them what I felt that I needed as a child growing up, especially in my teenage years. So
Okay.
I try to empathize. I try to just think about it from their point of view. And I just try to just know that they are human. So just just having grace and mercy.
Yes. Okay. And Jamiya, talk to us about that.
She does a really good job with shutting it off. Sometimes you do need like the counseling side of her,
Yes.
just for like your mental stability.
Yes.
She like gives us good exercises for that. But when like she does get a little carried away, we like order in the court. It's like a little family thing. It's like I need the real you, not the like the patient. I don't want to be the patient.
Yeah. You all do help balance us as parents,
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, Jamiya, I want to ask you, what's your view on mental health?
I view mental health as like something that's really important. You do have to have like your own little strategies to put up with that. I think that's really important. Like I have my friends, my mom, my dad, my sister, just for like an escape. It's like I don't want to be like in my own little environment of it because it can get like really chaotic. So I just find like different outs. To
Okay.
help myself with my mental
Okay. And one day I can tell you're going to appreciate all that your mom is doing, because I didn't see what my mom was talking about, but I get it. Believe me, I get it now. And also, Jamiya, you talked about how, when your grandmother passed, how that affected you and you became depressed. Can Can you give your peers some wisdom on how you handled that?
So that was like my first big death experience. Like, of course, like I heard of people dying, but like I never had that for myself as like in a family. So and then it was like my grandma, and I was really close to her.
Yeah.
It was definitely really challenging for like the beginning part of it, but like once you accept it and you have like different conversations with God, it's just like, okay, she's in a better place. Like I had like a lot of conversations with God about that. I'm just like, why her? Like, out of all the people in the world, why would you take her from me? So it was just like, you have to accept the fact of that. I'm aware of it now. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm happy that she's in heaven. Like, that's just something like you have to talk to God about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you sound like that. I remember my husband when he went through when his mother transitioned, and you sound very familiar when I was listening to you talk. So it just depends on a person's process, right?
Well, that process could be many different things. I know what my grandma Mary was. I was very close to her when she went, and we used to have talks about history. She used to tell me about the Civil War and all the way back then when slaves were slaves, and that connection that we had was beyond measures. And we all come from different lifestyles and different places. And as I think back to where I grew up from was so different than any of y'all ever experienced, because I grew up in a house that had no locks, and the floors and all were built in a way because it was one of those slave houses. Growing up in my lifetime, that I think back to it, but I didn't picture myself as ever needing anything. But then I thought back, I said, dang, we didn't have no doorknobs. Wait a minute. We had no doorknobs on the doors and no locks. And I said, wow, I didn't even think about that when I was growing up, because I thought that was the norm. And then get to introduce to this new lifestyle of what's going on today. It is such a big change for me to transition from the old to the new. And matter of fact, we didn't even have a TV. We have a radio. That's how I grew up with.
Lord, he telling our age now. Okay, God.
Well, I'm telling my age.
Yeah.
And you don't picture how short a time that was.
It goes fast. It really does. It goes fast. And so, just listen to two different dialogues on dealing with death and how you dealt with it versus how our new young people. What generation is Jamiya? Gen Z? Yeah. Okay. So, Ms. Nicole, what are some of the advice? We've met people who are parents that are counselors. What wisdom would you give them about parenting versus their profession?
Wisdom that I would give them about parenting, I think that we have to know our children, because being that I have 4 children, each of them require different things.
Absolutely.
And so for me, I stay connected with the Holy Spirit. That's just who I am. So I can see, he'll show me different areas where this child needs this child needs this, and this child needs that. So just being available to trying to fill each child's love tank and trying to meet them where they are, to see what they need, and just knowing each child individually. Yes,
I totally agree.
That's really wonderful, because in that aspect, you never treat a child like C child.
Yes.
That you are respectful for each individual.
Yes.
And their needs.
Yes, because that's one thing I recognize. We just have 2, but they're very different.
Oh, yeah.
And so you have to spend time with God, because He knows them best. And so, okay, can't say that to that one.
Yes.
Because
right.
that could go way south, okay?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so I want to ask you this, Jamiya. Have you in the school system, and you're at Davidson right now, do you notice any of your peers that they don't just come out and talk about mental health, do they?
So it's really like buried under like the dirt for
Okay.
us, like with mental health. Like, of course, because our school is really challenging, we do have like mental health a lot because of like our school load work. But like my friends, we really don't talk about it. Like obviously people, like we have our experiences and we talk about like, oh yeah, we're going through this right now, but like for like the outside, it's like we're normal. Like we don't really have like it shown on us, like we hide it. And like, our thing is like we fake it till we make it.
Okay. So is there anything in the school system, like if a child has a crisis, are there counselors that you all can go and speak with there?
Yeah, we do have counselors there. I never like had to go to them, so I really don't know.
You got a boy right there.
I know we do have counselors. And we do have like different resources that we can use for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's important, parents, that our children have an outlet, because a lot of times they're not necessarily going to come to us about that deep stuff, because we got to earn that place in y'all life.
But
I got a question for you. How do you separate social media from your mom, since she's a counselor?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, when you go into social media, you get all kinds of information, and as you young kids go through, it's like a different world in there, social wise and spiritual wise in the social media department, because you're actually talking to people all over the world, and therefore you got other people's thoughts, other situations, and then you have a wonderful counselor there in the home. Do you prefer social media counseling or your mother's counseling?
Tread light.
So I don't use social media as a source, because I'm like, okay, I know I'm a part of the Gen Zs. I'm really old school. And
and she's being very honest.
Like
I can say that about her.
I really don't know how to like use different social medias. Like I feel like I'm an old person. Like when I talk to my friends, I'm like, help me with this, because I don't know what I'm doing. So like if I see something, I'll talk to her about. I'm like, okay, like what is going on? But like I just go to my mom or like my sister or my dad. Like I have different people. Like I don't want to run to social media because I don't know those people, and I don't know their intentions and what they have for me.
And they be smiling, and that's not their reality.
Like the world is really evil. So like I see like different stuff, and like of course through like my parents, I see different stuff. Like I know like, okay, you're not being truthful. I can see. I'm like a really person. I can see through you. So I look at that. So like the social media is like people have like the shield. Like their screen is their shield. So I don't know what they have. I don't know like their true intentions. So I prefer to go to like someone I actually know than like someone like looking up something.
That's such a gift that you can discern at that level at your age, because you kind of have a prelude of what not to do and what to do, and also you can recognize, and you correct me if I'm incorrect, when a person has a shield up versus what's really going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do with that gift?
I'm really truthful. Like people always call me blunt. So I'd be like, all right, I know you're lying to me. So
Okay.
I have to control myself.
Love it,
Too honest.
I know
she
it's
cool.
too honest.
You know what gift that is, don't you?
Yeah.
I got one of them like that.
That's the mom side coming up.
But I don't think she needs to work on it per se, because like you said, that is her gift. But she is very truthful, and I think that I was, just telling myself the other day, like, girl, you did too good of a job creating a safe space for them to be able to verbalize how they feel, to be able to tell us when we're wrong, and give us constructive criticism. Like they are extremely honest, and I'm like, oh girl, you done gave them too much space. But I think that is good because it manifests in other ways. Like her, she's very honest. Like on social media, I do more social media than my kids. I post more, I take more videos. Like they're like, Mom, leave us alone, we don't want that.
Yeah, like I really do not like it. Like if you look on my Instagram right now, I have 3 posts on there, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
like from years.
Yeah, she probably
Yes.
posts like maybe every quarter of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like something important. Like I probably have prom and my birthday. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
But that's fine, you know, and that's good that you created that space, because as they get older and they're processing life, believe me, I'm just telling you where we lived at,
Right.
okay? There, you're gonna want them to be able to talk with you, you know, instead of going to the streets, and because we're seeking for that form of relief or release. Jamiya, now what advice would you leave to parents who parents are counselors?
I leave. Just know that we are still kids.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to treat us like you're patient. Not saying that you do, but like, just be open to us. Like we want,
Yes.
we want to know like the raw. Like you don't have to give it to us like beat around the bush. Like be truthful. Like if you're truthful with us, we will we'll be more open to you. Like we'll be like, okay, she's not gonna be like da 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 da. We'll just like come to you like openly. And just listen to us. Like we actually like are human. We want to have like that interaction with others. And I think it's really important to like actually have someone that's like there for you and listening and understanding you, because that's like that helps you grow.
Yes.
So I think just listening is like the main and key factor.
Cool beans. Miss Nicole, is there anything you would like to leave with the audience before we close out?
I would just say that, like you said, like we have all these titles, but we want to get in touch with and in tune with, like she said, us as a human.
Yes.
Like when I'm in your space, how are you feeling today? How are you? And just being that compassion, that listening ear to just, you know, validate you in that moment, to just let you know that we are together and we are unified. Just, you know, being there to just let people know that they are important, that they are seen, and just having that voice, no matter what your title is, no matter what dynamics it is, just being, you know, kind and loving. Yes.
Okay. Well, this has been session 1, and we always like to give out our hotlines because we never know who is listening. So the mental health hotline is the 988 hotline. That's a text home to 741-741. That's free 24/7 service. There's the NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and you can go to their website and reach out by the state you live in. And if you just don't know, you can call 211. That's for general community resources. Mr. Perry?
You know, through life, before you do anything, and one of the greatest gifts a parent can give a child is before you do anything, before you do it, whether it's right or wrong, you should see the face of the one that influenced your life, whether it be your mother or your father, and you say, if I do this, I have not forgotten the face of my father or my mother before I do what I do. And therefore, through life, you will think twice before you do it. You think twice before you do it, whether it's right or wrong. And that's the teaching the greatest teaching that a parent could ever give a child. The gift to decide what is right and what is wrong. And through today's society, that you won't be mixed up in illegal stuff. You know, how you were brought up. And remember, you know, in life, live the life that you want to live, and not just exist. And this has been Young People Nation, and remember, there is always hope.
There's always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know His word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what He gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation, get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation, it's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by His love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth on to what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.